Yay Networks.
Hey, hey.
Hello, it's us again.
Here we are.
Here we sit. I'm Emily.
And I'm Laura.
And this is Cheers to That Shit. I'm pretty excited
That
about
was so in unison.
We were like on the same key and everything.
I know. I like it.
So today's going to be good.
Yes, I'm very excited about today.
I'm frickin' pumped. Freaking pumped. Okay, that's all we're gonna tease. Let's talk about life for a second.
Okay.
What's going on?
I went to a very country southern tractor pull over the weekend. It was so much fun. I loved it.
Like a tractor, like someone was pulling a tractor?
Yeah, it was at the fair.
Like a guy in like a...
No, you mean like an Iron Man pulling it? No. Clearly you don't know what a tractor pull is. What kind of southern girl are you?
Obviously not a good one.
So there's this big, and okay, all you people out there who are now going to, crush me for not knowing what a tractor pull is. There's a big apparatus thing. Okay.
This is getting kinky.
And it has a weight on it, and it's bolted, hooked up, whatever, to the tractor. So when the tractor starts to go and it's pulling this machine thing behind it, the weight goes from the back and it slides forward, so it becomes heavier for the tractor to pull.
The tractor's pulling it?
The tractor's pulling it. Sounds very scientific, but the weight is on the back when it starts to pull, and the weight moves to the front. So
farming tractor.
Yeah. So as the weight moves to the front, it becomes harder for the tractor to pull it. So there's different measurements like 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet. And the goal is to try to pull it as far as you can with the weight getting heavier as you go.
Okay.
Yeah. But the tractors are like souped up with,
like monster truck tractors?
Yes. Like monster truck tractors with like glass packs, and yeah, it's loud, and all these kids have earphones on, and I had to hold my ears. And
did you really?
My kids are like, "You are not holding your ears." I was like, "I am not too proud to hold my ears, people. I need to be able to hear."
I have to hear. Yeah. I do a podcast. I have to hear.
There was a lot of people that had earplugs and stuff in, but it was fun. It was like 2 hours long. It was great. I have video and everything.
I bet you do.
It was so much fun.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it. I can't even picture that in my brain.
I'll show you the video.
Okay, yeah, I can't picture that in my head.
But that's what I did. I got my country on.
I like it. I like it.
How about you?
I celebrated my anniversary.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your story.
Yep. We went out to dinner.
6 wonderful years and never had a fight.
Not even one.
Not even one.
God, you guys would just be, you should just be jealous. I know. I can't. Okay. Side note. If you haven't watched us on YouTube yet, which you should, because I'm sure at least it'd be funny. At least it would be funny.
I mean, I think we're entertaining.
So,
I laugh when I listen to us.
I think we talked about this in the last episode. I hold my mic like with my fingertips. I don't know why. It just like slowly starts to happen. I like transfer, and I like mentally I'm like, you look ridiculous. So then I like grab the mic with purpose and intention, and then slowly my hand just starts to like twist it out, and it's like, no, I just want to hold it like a little baby mouse. And Riley, our producer, sent us a screenshot from
Bruce Almighty
with the anchor man holding his mic like I do with my fingertips, and she's like, spotted. She's like, even the professionals do it. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm such a professional, I didn't even know it. Yeah, so I'm sitting here holding my mic. I don't know, it's just comfortable. It's just like floppy.
I don't know why. There's hairs upon hairs floating around here everywhere.
We are so
Fuzz
spastic
on the
today.
couch, and hairs are floating. And
I also got Botox. I know we talked about
right there.
There it is. I got Botox. I know we talked about that a little while ago. Mm-hmm. So perfect prime example of why not to get Botox. The month before your wedding, I have makeup on, so you might
look very inquisitive.
Yeah. So like I have a bruise in the middle of my eyebrow, and they're very much faded. It's like that fun, like yellowish bruise now, but like initially it was about the size of a dime.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but also it's like right here.
Oh, I see one right there too. A little one.
Oh yeah. So I look really cute. Also one side of my Botox on my face has kicked in more than the other side. So like one side of my face is just like really like chill. Like my brow is like, yeah, whatever, man. I don't care. And my other one is like, you.
It's like, whoa, I'm thinking real hard over here.
So I'm like, I should probably call and be like, I may just need like one more little like right in this brow because
Just top it off on that side.
yeah, she's wild.
She's thinking
She's
real hard.
got some shit going on. She has something to say. Okay. Anyway, moving past my Botox.
No, I mean, that's good to know.
I mean,
like
yeah,
it just supports
that's-
what we say.
Exactly.
It's just totally supporting what we say.
If you're not like, listen to us, okay? We get it. We know what we're talking about, okay? At least I didn't get one of those like paralyzed eyes where like
That happens to me sometimes. Not paralyzed, but I feel like my eyelids look more droopy when I initially get Botox.
No,
until
but
it
have you
kicks
seen
in.
the ones like where it's like for like the whole 3 months, like
Yeah.
one eye is
Oh,
down?
no.
We'd have to cancel the podcast.
Yeah.
No, we'd have to cancel. I'd be like, absolutely not. Or I would just start going like really like emo, like with my hair over my one eye and be like, I don't know it. Like, yeah. So we
could wear sunglasses. Anybody want to give us some sunglasses to promote?
Tiffany's, y'all
We'll
still doing your sunglasses? Yeah. So
Speaking of, I've got my glasses on today too, because I have to do some reading.
we are doing dun, 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 our first stories episode.
Yes. And I'm excited because you pulled them, but I haven't even looked at them.
Yeah, I've pulled them out. Haven't read all the way through them, but I have pulled them out. Laura hasn't seen any of them.
Not today, just right here on my table.
Yep.
It's the first
so
time.
we'll both be reading 3 each. So 6 total, because that's how math works. And I hope you guys think that this is as enjoyable as we do because...
Well, we're going for a ride. You're just going on the ride with me because I haven't looked at them at all. So good times.
Okay. So I'm going to go first.
Okay. Perfect.
Give me 1 second to get sorted here.
Takes, 2 hands to get the papers out.
Well, because I put my drink on top of them like an idiot. Oh, you did too. So we're both idiots.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only so much room on that little table.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it.
So this is called Omen of Doom.
Omen of Doom.
That's what they've titled it.
Okay.
All right. Hi. So happy I found your podcast and hope this makes the cut. My aunt was getting married for the second time to a man we all liked, but didn't really have anything going on for him. At the wedding, the groom's nephews absolutely stole the show, and not in a good way. They made everyone extremely uncomfortable. During the ceremony, they had to be constantly shushed, told to sit down, and were the center of attention in the most unfortunate way.
How old are these little guys?
Perfect. Glad you asked. Let me add, they were 9 and 12.
Okay.
During the reception, we were doing a champagne toast, so all the adults were given champagne and the kids were giving sparkling juice. These heathens went around and tried to steal sips of glasses from any adults that were distracted. Since this was my aunt's second wedding, they didn't really spend a lot and budgeted where they could. One thing they decided to save on was a photographer for the reception. So instead, they had to put disposable cameras placed on all the tables. The boys...
Do they still make those?
Well, I don't know when this was written.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
The boys figured out that if you slammed a camera against your hand or table, the flash would go off.
Oh, nice.
Needless to say, they ruined every single camera.
Oh, that reminds me of a story.
They also continued to bother my aunt for the entire evening. They asked for her wedding bouquet. They criticized all the menu options and kept asking when this event was going to be over. Her now husband kept apologizing, and the kids and their parents ended up leaving early. My aunt and her husband ended up divorcing, and I have to say, I feel like those devil kids' behaviors was an omen for all things to come. Side note, I did have kids at my wedding and it was great, but I know that I got lucky and totally support a kidless wedding. Cheers, Mel from NOLA.
Okay. So much to unpack in that. I mean, we talked about kids at a wedding.
Yeah, we did.
And we had some stories then about it and some of our own experiences.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, I'm a mom of 3 boys. Okay. My boys are older now, but I will say 9 and 12, that is so prime, like run around, get the empty champagne glasses, try to sneak it, blah, blah, blah. I get that. That's what boys
but
do.
like, where were their parents?
Well, there's that.
That's what
they
was my
They
initial
obviously
question.
had more champagne and were somewhere else.
They were
doing
like, I don't give a
something.
shit. I'm not watching.
They were having fun.
I'm not watching. What did she call them? Heathens? I'm not watching these heathens.
Heathens. That's a strong word.
Yeah. So like, that was my initial, like, Where are their parents?
Yeah.
Because if that was my kid,
They were in the wedding?
no, I don't think so.
They were just there.
Yeah, I think they
The
were just
groom's nephews, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think they were
sorta
just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to continue to shush and if you know your kids.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Like, you
I'd be
probably should have got a
threatened.
babysitter.
If
like,
I
you know
had
what
to take my boys somewhere at 9 and 12, I would have been threatening them within an inch of their life. I swear, if you guys get out of your seat and go blah, 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 do not touch, do not go. You stay right here by my side. Yeah, that would have been me. I would have been that mom.
I like it. All right, you ready for yours?
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, my turn. I didn't realize I was going to be going so soon. Okay. Thank God this wasn't my wedding. Well, cheers to that shit. Hey, ladies, I was a guest at the most dramatic wedding I have ever been to, and honestly, I'm not mad about it. Ooh la la. My friend and her boyfriend broke up 2 weeks before this wedding, and she had RSVP'd for 2. So I asked if I wanted.
So she asked
if I wanted to go with her. I, being the supportive friend that I am, said, of course. This just is trouble written all over.
Absolutely.
Especially if they had just broken up 2 weeks and now she's going with a girlfriend to get drunk at a wedding. I had only ever met this couple a few times and very briefly, so I wasn't sure what to expect. Wedding was supposed to start at 4 p.m., but the bride didn't walk down the aisle until 4:45. Yeah. Not sure what the holdup was, but everyone was pretty annoyed. I see why
I'd be
that
so
would
pissed, especially if it was an outdoor wedding.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It only went downhill from there. The bride and groom had a fight at the altar and again at their sweetheart table. Talk about one of the happiest days of your life. Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. The night went on and the bride got so drunk that she laid down in the middle of the dance floor and told people to just dance around her because she didn't have to move since it was her wedding. Yes, girl, that would have been me.
I'm not moving. It's my fucking wedding.
The groom ended up leaving early and alone. What? Oh my God. If that wasn't enough, during the reception and before his departure, the groom was dancing with friends and having a good time. The DJ played the wobble and everyone was pretty into it, except the groom's aunt. In the middle of the song, she ran across the floor, pushed the groom off the dance floor and screamed, "No one wants to see that. Turn off the music." All right. Let's take a poll for a second. Who thinks these two are still married?
Oh my God. No.
No?
No. You leave your wedding early?
They are still married. Thanks for reading. Hope this makes it on an episode. Crazy. Okay, so let's talk about a few things about
I was like,
this.
we need to unpack.
We've already talked about giving someone a +1.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we did.
how, whether or not they're in a serious relationship, like you would give them maybe a +1 if you know they're in a serious relationship or have been with someone for a long
Right.
time. But if they aren't, or they were just dating somebody casually, should you or should you not? Well, this is a reason why maybe you shouldn't, because
Well,
I mean,
but
not that these
maybe
two,
they were in a serious relationship and they just had like a falling out, and he was
Could
like,
be.
you know what? I know that I don't want to be with you anymore. And she'd already RSVP'd for 2.
I mean, could
so
be,
then
but-
it's like they've already paid for your dinner. Like, you might as well come.
yeah, but you know, I mean, not that anything happened with these two girls going together, but you know, that just kind of goes back to what we were talking about. Okay, let's talk about wedding starts at 4. Bride doesn't come down the aisle until 4:45. I get it. It's all about the bride, and they're going on her time, so
No.
nothing starts. And no, okay, hold on, just let me finish.
No.
That's what the event is about. It's about the bride walking down the aisle and the two people getting married. So if something's happening, there's a hiccup, whatever, nothing can happen until the couple's getting married.
I feel like I
Get that.
understand like a 5-10 minute buffer. I feel like there's like that.
What's happening for 45 minutes? Yeah.
Like, that's rooted. Like, where's the wedding planner to be like, you have to walk down the aisle now?
Yeah, I can't.
What are you doing?
Something good isn't happening.
No. Well, they fought at the altar and their dinner table.
Maybe that's why, because he was standing like there, like, what the fuck is happening?
Like,
Where
can I
are
sit
you?
down now? I'm about to pass out.
Well, think about the officiant,
Well, your grandparents, like you've already had the processional, I'm assuming. Like,
well, I mean, okay, so they're sitting down. I'm talking about the bridal party.
You got to assume they all sat down. 45 minutes, they got to have sat down.
Yeah.
I would have. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. I'd love to know what is keeping you from going down the aisle for 45 minutes. The laying down on the dance floor because you're so drunk and people can move around you because you don't have to move. I just love that. That's a good time to me right there.
You're like, yeah, that's exactly what's supposed
Good
to
for
happen.
you two for still being married. Love it.
Okay. This one is called Best Man or Worst. I'll let you decide. I'm pretty excited to share this story, so I'm going to jump right in. Our wedding was relatively small, about 100 people. We both get along great with each other's families, and there wasn't really any drama during the planning process at all. We have been together for 7 years before we got engaged, so we pretty much knew what we wanted for our wedding. Love that for you guys. That's amazing. Oh my God. Okay. Let's fast forward to the big day. My husband's best man, we'll call him Tom, decided to get drunk. Not a big deal. We were all drinking and having a great time. Tom, however, took this a step too far and became obliterated. He was falling over, slurring his words, and overall a really unpleasant person to be around for the evening. We provided a bus for the wedding party to get back to the hotel. I was hoping Tom would just pass out and that would be that. But no, in all caps, not even close.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Oh my
Drunk
God.
people are funny. Some drunk people.
Okay. This motherfucker got so sick, he ended up puking out the open bus window.
Ew.
That's good, you're probably thinking. He didn't get his puke in the bus, so why are you so upset, you're probably thinking. We were on a highway, and his vom traveled down the side of the bus and into the open car window of my 75-year-old grandma and 82-year-old grandfather.
Oh my God.
Needless to say, we don't speak to Tom anymore. Charlie.
Oh my God.
Charlie. Oh my God, I'm crying.
Oh my goodness.
What would you do if you were driving on the highway and you got vomit in your open car window?
Well,
I would fucking puke.
I was in a car in college where somebody couldn't hold.
Was it you?
Having to go to the bathroom. It was not me. And, and then proceeded to pour it out the window.
Oh.
Okay.
Were all the windows open?
Well,
Was it like a vortex?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But it became super funny when like the car behind us and then the car behind them started putting their windshield wipers on.
Oh God.
That's when you realize, okay. Yeah, the vomit thing. I also have a story for that too. I was in a limo where I got sick.
I feel like you get sick in the car all the time.
I do. It's a problem.
Okay, hold on though. If your 75-year-old grandmother is driving down the highway and gets out of the car and you're like, oh, Nana, what's happening right now? And she's like, oh, I got puked on from your bus. Like, well, I would be like, I'm sorry, what did what? Like, oh yeah, like fucking Tom threw up out of the window and it flew down the highway.
When you're in a moving
tunnel.
When you're in a moving vehicle and anything that goes out the window, it's going on the people behind you.
But they had their windows down.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Nana.
It's, it happens. Vomit happens in the most inopportune times. For sure.
Oh, shit. Okay. Read the next one.
Bridesmaid sexy time. Hey, Laura and Emily. I absolutely love your podcast. Love that y'all are having real conversations about weddings and all the shit that goes into them. Preach. I will start by saying that my wedding was absolutely beautiful. I had some drama during the planning, but I don't think it was anything more than anyone else deals with. We were very picky about who we gave a +1 to. Just talking about this. But we did give everyone in our wedding party a +1.
I think that's what I did too.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't want them to sit by themselves, especially if you're having like a head table, whatever. Yeah. One of my bridesmaids brought her new boyfriend. They had only been together for a couple of months. Gosh, this sounds oddly familiar. Let me note that she was already cheating on him while also pressuring him to marry her.
Healthy.
Wow.
That started off strong.
She really knows what she wants, I guess.
Yeah.
And then some. As soon as we started our wedding vows, her new boy started having an anxiety attack. He had to be walked out of the ceremony to calm down. What? Because he was thinking like, holy shit, this could be me because she keeps pressuring me to marry her.
I'm assuming
that would be like red flag. Okay,
Red
don't
flag.
marry this
Yeah.
guy. He's having an anxiety attack. Although I can't really support her right now because whatever. His outburst didn't stop there. During the reception, he freaked out again, going on about how much he hated weddings. This was pretty clear since he was having a physical reaction. The dude was covered in hives and drenched in his own sweat.
Ew.
Oh, I feel so bad for this guy. What has she done to him to make him?
She's like, you will marry me.
Oh my gosh, that's
She probably
pretty
was
intense.
talking about weddings the whole
I
time.
don't know. Gosh, that's so unfortunate. My lovely bridesmaids decided the best way to get him to chill the fuck out was to take him to the bathroom. I can't read this. Oh, my lovely bridesmaids decided the best way to get him to chill the fuck out was to take him to the bathroom and bone him. She then came back once they were done and told the entire table what they just did. It took her a few years, but she broke him down and they are engaged.
Oh my God.
I'm sure I'll be writing back in about their wedding. Okay.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Okay, because I'm just reading this I have to process for a second.
Yeah.
She gave everyone in their bridal party
This was one of her bridesmaids.
a +1. One of her bridesmaids bought her new boyfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
So then the rest of the bridesmaids take him in the bathroom and,
No, I think the girlfriend took her boyfriend into the bathroom.
Okay.
You think they had an orgy in the
yes, I
bathroom?
was thinking all the bridesmaids decided, let's go in the bathroom and calm him down. Oh my God. Okay. See what happens when you read on without reading before? Okay. I thought all the bridesmaids decided, let's take this poor schmuck having a panic attack in the bathroom and
have like a suck fun fest.
have a suck fun fest.
Oh my God.
So they decided that the girl,
She decided. It sounds like she decided on her own.
no, my bridesmaids decided the best way to get him to chill the fuck down was to take him into the bathroom. Oh,
My bridesmaid decided.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, that just takes it to a whole, this is why I shouldn't read these things on, live recorded,
A live recorded.
a live recorded podcast.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that did the trick because she got him to, she broke him down.
Yeah. I mean,
Broke
years
it
later,
down.
broke it down.
Yeah. So I would love to hear
Have you ever had sex in a public place?
I'm not answering that question.
So yes.
Victoria from Austin. Thanks so much, Victoria. We
Thanks,
appreciate your story. In a public place?
Yeah.
What do you mean public? Well, I mean, I know what public means, so don't be all mocking me and whatever. Just give me an example.
Like a bathroom or like a room off to the side or
Like in a building?
like in an area where someone could walk in on you.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Oh gosh, this compares nothing to the stories we chatted about on our little road trip last week.
No, God.
Yeah. We'll just keep those to
Yeah,
ourselves.
absolutely.
Okay.
Have you ever had a sex at someone else's wedding?
Oh, well, okay. Well, let's just continue. No,
You know, me either.
not like maybe like upstairs in the room after I went back up there with my husband or something.
Yeah,
But,
I had to think for a second actually, but no, I haven't.
Whew, I need a deep breath after that. Okay, you're putting me in an uncomfortable spot and you know it.
Okay. This one is called Brother of the Year. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do an intro, but I've overthought it at this point. So hi is all you are both going to get.
Great. Hi.
My brother and I have a little bit of a strained relationship. I, of course, invited him to my wedding, though. At the last minute, he asked me if he could bring a guest. I agreed. Just to preface, we had buffet dinners at both our rehearsal dinner and our wedding. Love it. At the rehearsal dinner, his guest, a wonderfully polite girl, insert full sarcasm here, pushed in front of my family and wedding party at the food line. At the grocery store. Food line. I'm sorry.
Food line.
Yeah, I have I'm sorry, I'm a little Southern. and said in the most self-entitled tone I've ever heard, well, the bride has her food, so it's my turn now. My own brother wasn't even in line yet. She then kept him away from my family the whole night. Mind you, we haven't seen him in months and have never met this girl. At the wedding, she showed up in a dress that was the same color as my bridesmaids' dresses. My brother asked me what color they were wearing, and I told him specifically she shouldn't wear that color. At the reception, this bitch did the exact same thing at the wedding buffet. She pushed in right behind my husband and I, and then had the gall to complain about the food right behind me. She and my brother drank the whole evening, ignored me and my family once again, and as they were leaving, my brother cussed me out and called me a drunk. I had one glass of wine all night. I don't even remember that girl's name, but she now shows up in all of the pictures of my husband and I getting food. And
oh my God, that's right.
No one.
Okay, well, first of all, you just can't buy class. Some people are just like that.
I mean,
they're
she
going to
sounds
be
like a
that
treat.
Well, yeah, but you know what? It's just there's people out there like that. Like people like that's something my dad would have done. He would have been like, oh, food's out. I'm just going to beeline up there and get my food.
Okay,
if he had seen a tiny little gap that was enough for one more person, he was going to put himself in it.
But like at his age that he was, or like when he was like 30 or 40?
No, at his age, because at that point he had no filter and he just didn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, like a 70-year-old man, that's different than like I'm assuming like 20-something-year-old girl who's like,
so
you don't know these people, but you're going to go ahead and say,
it was
I'm
the
better than all of this.
It was the bride's brother. So clearly she thought she deserved to be right there.
Behind the bride and groom.
Well, you know what?
Before any of her family?
That just brings up a whole nother, I mean, that could have been any guest at all. Any guest could have done that. But let's just think for a second. It's the bride's brother's guest. Okay. Like the bride's brother. Mm-hmm. So a close to the couple, the brother, obviously, you know? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Don't know why I said that. I had a point, but you know, whatever.
The audacity.
What just annoys me about that is that she's in all the pictures. That's why you have to be super careful about who you allow a +1. And I guess my point was, even though I sort of feel like I forgot it, was that maybe she thought she could do that because she was with the bride's brother. So she went right up there. But like, so she was in all those pictures.
But it sounds like she cut in front of people.
Well, no, I know that, but it was the bride's brother. So maybe she thought, well, I'm with the bride's brother, so I can go right up front. Now she's in all the pictures. No,
it sounds like she's an entitled fuck who's like trying to make a point to be like, your brother is with me and I'm going to take him away from you and I'm a little fucking bitch and I don't give a shit because I'm better than you.
Well, I get that. But let's just say it was like one of your friends of a friend who brought a guest. They don't feel like I'm going right up to the bride. You know what I mean? But like, she could have still cut in, or
but that's pretty much what it was. Like you have a brand new person in your life,
that's why you don't
we've never met.
That's why you don't do that with the +1.
I will say, so when I got married, I asked my brother if he wanted a +1 and I was like, you don't have to bring a date if you want to bring a friend. Like, and he was like, no, I'm good. But I did give him that option.
Well, he's your brother.
Like, yeah, but that's her brother too.
Right. Yeah, I get it. You're extending the courtesy, but
like, I don't want you to feel like you don't know any of my friends. Like not that we're like ages and ages apart, but like, you don't know any of my friends. I don't know. I know. If you want to bring one to have a good time with, you're more than welcome to.
Stories that have been sent, that we've read, that have been sent in, have had to do with +1s.
Maybe we should do a full-on episode of it. I'll fucking just don't give anyone a +1.
No,
if they're not married.
Yeah.
Even if they are, fuck that. No one gets a +1.
Oh, he's married, but I don't like her.
I don't like her, so she's not coming. She's not coming. All right. This is your last one?
This is our last story?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Last story. Oh boy. Monster freaking in-law. Why do you give these to me? Hey ladies, I love this podcast so much. Hope you're ready for this doozy. I got married to my husband 2 years ago, and during the planning process, my almost mother-in-law decided she wanted to change everything. She had never exhibited this kind of behavior before we got engaged, so I was extremely taken aback when I found out. She called the florist, pretending to be me, changed the size of her bouquet so it was larger than mine. She also changed the colors and the types of the flowers. Oh my God. Okay, first of all.
That's so fucking rude.
Do we have to have a, like, you know, when you go to the doctor and you fill out who do you want to get information about your medical records, and you put it on there like other people you allow? Yes. Do we really need to do this with wedding vendors as well? You're only allowed to talk to me.
And you need, like, here's a keyword. Right. If I don't give you this phrase back,
right,
it's an imposter.
Safe word. What's the safe word? I had no idea this happened until I saw her stumbling down the aisle. Let me add and clarify, she showed up late and drunk to our freaking wedding. She fought with our photographer because she wanted more pictures taken of her before me, the bride, walked down the aisle. I won't even go into details on her outfit, but let's just say it was extremely revealing. At least it wasn't white.
Oh, I wish you would have gone into details.
I saw a mother of the bride remind me to tell you that story at a wedding I went to.
Okay.
At the reception, we learned she changed our cake topper out for one she thought, quote, we would like better. It was a traditional husband and wife model topper.
Oh, like from like the 80s?
Probably.
Okay.
I had one of those, but who does that? Not anybody nowadays.
Not now, yeah.
The bride had blonde hair, and the problem with that is that my hair is brown, very dark. Oh, the bride on the cake topper had blonde hair, and her hair was dark brown. All right. She's trying to send a message. Mother of the bride prefers blondes. I'm sorry. Mother of the groom prefers blondes. Then at the end of the night, she was so belligerent that she got mad at us because we didn't want her coming back to our hotel room with us. During the exit, she tried very hard to follow close behind us as if this was some kind of parade. Parade wave, all of the bridal party, including the mother-in-law. During the exit, skip forward. At that point, my father stepped in and grabbed her arm.
Oh, Dad.
Okay. Our relationship isn't anywhere close to what it was before we got engaged. She has done some other things since the wedding that has caused us to really distance ourselves from her. Hope this story makes the cut. A from Kansas City. Okay, so I'm glad you're still married. I'm assuming you're still married because you didn't say you weren't.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a touchy subject, just in-laws in general. And when I say in-laws, I don't mean mine. Everyone has in-laws. Both sides of the couple have in-laws.
Yes.
And I just don't think people realize how involved they are or can be in your lives.
Well, you made a point. You said something to me one day that really resonated with whatever you said. And it sorry, I like lost my train of thought for a second. I'm so sorry.
You just almost made my drink come out my nose.
I'm sorry, I like lost my train of thought for a minute. I had like a brain zap. I don't know what that was. But you told me that
was it the story about Dom's aunt?
No.
Okay.
Oh, maybe.
Never mind that then.
Oh, maybe it was that you feel about your mom.
That was the story of Dom's aunt.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we were talking about. She wasn't talking about
No, I know.
her
Yeah,
or me.
yeah.
She was complaining about her husband's family.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry. She was complaining about her husband's family, and her mom gave her advice and said, you need to understand he loves his family as much as you love your family.
Right.
So before you go talking about, your in-laws or
like talking shit about your in-laws to your husband, like that's your husband's mom. That's your husband's sister.
Right.
Dad.
And how would you feel if someone was talking shit about your
if he
family?
came to you and was like, oh my God, your mom, then you'd be like, oh, sir, back up.
Yeah,
like,
that's my mom.
dude.
I love her. And that's how, So, in-laws are super tricky.
Yeah.
Tricky.
I mean, if they didn't have issues before the wedding, that sounds like something like flipped in that mom's mind that was like, switch.
Called the florist and changed up the flowers, made your bouquet bigger.
Okay, and that should, for the florist, that should have been a red flag. Like, let me confirm this order before, like, let me call back this number and said, hey, I want to make sure that you still want this.
Right. Well, this isn't what we talked about. This wasn't on our original contract.
These aren't even your colors for the wedding.
Yeah, because there is that, check-in call with your vendors, like just finalizing all the details. So we're just confirming 8 bouquets. You didn't add anybody. You didn't kick anybody out.
You still want your mother-in-law's to be bigger and bolder than yours.
Right.
Like that's when you'd be like, well, what? Like,
that would piss me off.
I want to know what
for
the
certain.
extremely revealing outfit was.
So I did go to a wedding, a friend, and her parents had been divorced for a very long time, and I don't really know what the whole situation was, but her mom walked her down the aisle. Okay.
Yeah.
So her mom had one of those all lace dresses, very form-fitting, probably off the shoulder. I can't remember exactly, but it was like stuck to her body. It was a full-length gown.
Like a bodycon dress.
Yes.
Okay.
But it had that mesh nude behind it. So
She looked naked.
exactly. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
But it was black.
Like
It was-
the mesh under it was black?
No. The mesh was nude. The
lace
lace,
was black.
part was black.
Oh.
Form-fitting, super elegant, evening gown, nude look, kind of, that
Okay.
look, to walk her daughter down the aisle.
No.
Yeah, I thought that was a little.
It's a little
I mean,
much.
just, we're talking about revealing,
Yeah.
extremely revealing. So, what is appropriate, like, in that situation?
Not whatever that sounds like.
Yeah, I would like more details on that. But anywho,
Alrighty, guys.
good times.
Okay. This has been great. And I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did.
Yeah.
Send your stories. We know you got them at stories@cheerstothatshit.com, or go on our website. There's a tab you can submit your stories in, all anonymously. Do it however you want. These are perfect examples of what a story should
It's
be.
all, yeah. And gosh, it's almost like unbelievable. You can't even believe this stuff happened. I mean, whatever.
I mean, I feel like we all have our stories that happen, but it's like, we know that you've got stories like this, that you've gone to a wedding, at your wedding, you were in a wedding, that some shit like this happened. Your mom was at a wedding. We want to hear all the stories. If you've ever heard a fucked up story, we're ready for it. We're ready for it. Stories@cheerstothatshit.com, or go on our website, cheerstothatshit.com. Submit your stories.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment, blah, 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 blah.
All the good things.
All the good things. All right, guys. Later.
Later.